Hello, everyone. So I'm currently sitting in the Sprouts parking lot because my baby needed a nap, but basically what she was letting me know after 4 hours of trying to put her down for a nap, she was basically demanding that we go for a car ride. So I think I got actually I still have a whole hour and 30 minutes left of being in the car. It's fine. And I chose the Sprouts parking lot to sit in while I make this video, but I probably should have chose the public library because it was a little less busy, and anyway, people are looking at me. So this is what I want to express. Last night I got back from a trip and I got in the car and I hadn't cried over Ty the whole week. So I was due for a cry. I'm crying. I had other stuff going on. Mind you guys, I'm like everybody else. I don't just have one thing going on. My brother's death isn't the only thing that's affecting my life. Just like you. Your job is not the only problem you currently have. I guarantee it. So I'm in the car and I start crying. I'm all feel bad for myself. I'm like, and I'm like, oh God, I miss my brother. And then last night was the first time that I really got mad. I was like, I miss him and I'm angry about it. And that was really unique because that's never happened to me. Anyway, what I want to communicate to you guys is whenever you're forming your relationship with God, or even if you already have your relationship with God, and I've had a friend or two, a few folks actually, say that they feel like they can't communicate with God, pray with God, whatnot, because they feel bad and ashamed for what they've done. Come on. You've done wrong to your parents, to your friends, and you go and still talk to them. It's the same concept, except God promises to actually help you, and since he's not a human, he will actually keep his promise. So that's pretty neat, if you ask me. So I'm in the car and I'm all, I'm snoting, oh God. And then I yelled, I screamed, my voice is a little deeper than normal because I was screaming and I was hitting the steering wheel. I mean, I look like a nutcase. I just know it. Also, I really don't look like I'm in a clown car. I'm sitting forward. Maybe I do look too big for this car. Okay. That's the point. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm driving and I'm slamming my hands down on the steering wheel. And this is what I tell God as I'm screaming like a freaking lunatic. I said, I'm tired of being sad. I said, I'm speaking your word. I'm staying faithful to you. I'm tired of being sad. And I'm just crying because, God forbid I take a second to see if I hear anything back, right? So then in the midst of this, then I went ahead and I said, you know what? I got some crazy in my bloodline. I'm going to get wild. I'm going to get crazy. So then I immediately turn into a red-nosed pit bull. I'm snotting everywhere. And I was like, your word says knock and you'll answer. And God, I'm knocking. And snot's going. I'm like, God, I'm knocking. You need to answer me. Change my circumstance. This season sucks. I'm tired. What do you need from me? Anyway, and I was thinking about today while I'm driving around my child, which it took her 10 seconds to fall asleep. So, guys, out of my slew of issues, I still miss Ty. I'm still sad. Such an inconvenience that he died. It's not, it's devastating and it's a tragedy, but if you really look at it, him dying is a huge inconvenience. Yes, tragedy, yes, sadness, yes, inconvenience to the wazoo. It's really inconvenienced everyone. Past the point, back to being focused. So what I wanted to communicate to you today within 5 minutes, because I just rambled for a little bit, is you're no different from me. I'm no different from you. I'm not any higher just because I do these videos every once in a while, just because I've been going to church for 6 years and I'm all, Jesus, 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 doesn't make me any better than you, literally, like, at all. So, with that being said, I cried, threw a fit like a 3-year-old, like I said, snotted like a pit bull, told God, I'm knocking, you need to answer. And out of, like my list of 3 big issues, one of them's already been resolved, and it was like a really big one. And I was like, God, I give it to you. Take it, Lord. Please take it. Also, so many people are driving past me in Sprouts right now. So, mental note on where I'm parking. So, with that being said, you got some stuff going on. You got some issues that you're trying to work through. Hey, get in your car, snot like a pit bull, throw a fit like a baby. Of course, talk to God with respect. If you were one of those kids where growing up and you're all like freaking cussing at your parents, didn't you I had some friends like that, and they would talk back to their parents. We're like 10 years old, and they're talking back to their parents, and they're cussing at their parents, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was like bracing myself, waiting for their parents to hit me through like association. But the parents were like, calm down, calm down. I looked at my parents wrong. I got popped. As my mom and dad always used to say, all it took was one time. All it took was one time. And honestly, I don't even remember what I was saying before I talked about, because I was talking about throwing a fit. Yes. Talk to God like you would talk to your best friend. And keep in mind, he really does love you. He really does care about you. But how can he help you if you're not communicating with him? Communication is the number one thing. Okay, 7 minutes. If I go any longer, everybody's going to stop watching this. And I wanted to communicate that. I love you guys. Be gracious to yourself and drink water.